Hey Bible lovers, I'm Tim Nichols, and I'm here to bring you your Nichols Worth. And today from Holman, also known as Lifeway, in their handcrafted series, they have a brand new release of the CSB personal size in the marbled slate and the marbled burgundy calfskin. Now there's been a lot of questions about this calfskin. First of all, when you get a Holman handcrafted Bible, you're going to get it in this beautiful two-piece box. And it's going to include a card that lets you know this is handcrafted. It comes with a lifetime warranty. It also comes in this nice little wrapping. I like this one because it's not like the ones where they wrap it in the two little sleeves. You can actually open it and the Bible comes out very easily in this. So I love that. But moving beyond the boxes, let's go ahead and talk about these covers for a minute because I've been getting some questions about these covers. So what I did is I treated the covers. Now this is the burgundy. This is the slate gray. These are untreated with the yaps untrained. Now, one of the common questions I get about this leather is, will the wrinkling eventually lead to this leather coming apart? And here's what I did. I treated this leather with Otter wax, and I used each of these products. I started with the saddle soap to clean the leather. Then I used the leather salve to treat it and kind of soften it. Then I put the leather oil on it to condition it. And then finally I covered it with the boot wax to kind of give it that sealed finish. Because one thing I noticed about this leather is it has a bit of a chemical smell. That's not true of any of the leathers I've ever gotten from Lifeway to this point. But these do have a bit of a chemical smell. So I decided to treat them just to see, number one, how it would take treatment, how it would take a little bit of abuse, and to see if it would reduce that chemical smell. And it did greatly reduce it. It's still in there a little bit, but if you get this, for some reason this run does tend to smell of chemical, and that's because this is chem tanned and not veg tanned. Vegetable tanning is more of a natural process, where chemical tanning is a little more speedy, and it also allows for mass production, so you can produce leather at a faster rate. So with the wrinkles, I have abused this leather for a couple of weeks and really basically put this thing through what I would consider a lifetime of abuse, to where I have folded the leather around, I have cranked it, and I have pulled it. And you can see that while it does have a little bit of a grain to it, there's really no damage to the leather whatsoever. This is also an animal skin. I believe this is a cowhide liner. It's definitely an animal skin liner. Really nice. So you can see this leather, number one, the yap trains really nicely. Is almost a full yap. Check that out, super close. And for a mass-produced Bible, that is pretty slick. So this is how the gray reacted. Here it is before any training, before any treatment. Really good. Now the burgundy wasn't as dramatic. This one doesn't wrinkle like the gray does. So I've put this through the test. I trained the yap, and you can see treated versus untreated, not a big massive difference. So I was really impressed with the difference that the treatment made with this. I highly recommend that Otter wax. Also the feel, you can see the shine and the feel of the leather. This just looks really natural and nice. So this is really cool. But let's go ahead and look at the inside of this. Now these are both the same guts, so we'll give you a look at a few different things, but ultimately the same Bible on the inside. This is a 7.5 point font. This is little. Okay, but it does have some notes and references on the bottom. Generally, it's more heavy on the notes. The references kind of show up in the New Testament. But the 7.5 point font, the layout really matters. And this is decent paper. I don't know exactly what the GSM of this paper is. But to me, it feels, I'm going to say maybe 30, between 29 and 32, I would guess. But the line matching really makes a big difference. Love the red accents on this too. 1/8 inch double-sided satin ribbons. As I said, I believe this is a cowhide liner. Nice little gilt line, perimeter stitching, really nice spine hubs. Love the silver accents here against this gray. That stamping is really in deep. Love the raised spine hubs. Love this generous yap. This gray also does that wrinkling, but as you can see with this one, that is not going to be a problem. The interesting thing is the red one on this one does wrinkling a little bit, but this one did not. So you're going to get a different experience with each Bible, with each leather. But again, that wrinkling is not a problem at all. If you can handle this 7.5 point font, then you can definitely handle this Bible because it's designed to be on the go. Now this is called a personal size. It always kind of cracks me up with publishers because this is also called a personal size. And that is way, way different in size. This I would consider a personal size. This I would consider a compact Bible. They fit within that range, but both beautiful, really nice leathers. And if you don't like the slate gray or the burgundy, unfortunately that's the only color that the personal size comes in right now. But you can see they've also gotten some other Bibles. They have this chestnut, they have this olive green, and of course they have the slate gray along with the burgundy, and they have your standard black and brown goat skins. So let's take a look at this again, because I want to show you something else. Is once you get into the New Testament and you get to referencing the Old Testament, one thing that's really nice is whenever they reference the Old Testament, you're going to see that bold. And I thought that's a really nice little feature. And then on the bottom, it'll reference that Old Testament reference. But look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful blue art gilding with the silver gilding. I mean, and these are under $100, so very well made, very well done. And again, I have abused the leather on these things, and they are absolutely no worse off than when I started. In fact, I think that this patinaed beautifully. That marbled gray, look at the difference. I mean, use your Bibles, use your premium Bibles, because they really are built for that. And the Yap training here, just gorgeous. Same layout, but this one has the red under gold art gilding with the gold perimeter gilt line there. And they didn't split the liner. I guess it's because this is such a small piece of leather, because a lot of times on larger Bibles, they'll split the liner. But on their Holman handcrafted, they don't appear to have split any of the liners on these. This one has a split liner. See it right there. So sometimes on larger pieces, they'll split the liner, but they didn't split the liner. It doesn't look like on any of these calfskin ones. So check that out. That's something I didn't notice on the last review. So no split liners on the calfskin Holman handcrafted. Now let's just say this is out of your price range and you can't afford, say, $80-ish and up for a Bible. Then you can get the same exact Bible in their more economical format. This is a leather touch, really beautiful marbled effect, has that kind of chestnut look that matches this over here. And same layout, the only difference is it doesn't have the red accents. You're not going to have your extra bells and whistles, but if you like that compact size that'll fit in a bag very easily, fit in a purse very easily, then you can get it cheaper. And they also have it available in the King James. Now this is really cool. This is a suede, but it's a fake leather suede. And I am telling you, I had to check the box because this feels so real. This suede feels so real. Same layout, only in the King James version. So a couple other things to show you in the personal size range that they have. And again, it cracks me up what publishers call personal size. This is the digital study edition. I've already reviewed this, so I'll put that on the end screen. But this has some digital study tools when you do some scans. Really nice layout here. Love that personal size large print. And I haven't reviewed this one yet. I'll probably do a separate video on this because check this out. This is the CSB personal size giant print, and it has that suede faux leather. I am telling you, there ain't nothing wrong with this cover. And look at that. Boom. Big giant print. Excellent. The print size on this is 12 points. So it's just on the bottom end of that giant print, but this is a gorgeous Bible. When you get to the New Testament, this one does have the words of Christ in red. You don't see that often in a CSB, but occasionally they do it. So anyhow, if you are in the market for a premium Bible, you are not going to go wrong with this calfskin. If you're not in the market for a premium Bible and you want something a little cheaper, then go for one of the more economical friendly covers, because you're still getting the same guts, you're still getting the same beautiful layout, and you're getting a really nice cover. God bless you. Keep calm. Jesus on. This is your Nicholsworth.